67 apples, do I have apples that are closer to 100 or do I have apples that are closer to 0? Is 67, I'm so sorry, I'm asking Jordan, I know I didn't say his name out loud, but I'm looking straight at him. So is 67 going to be closer to 100 on the number line or closer to 0? I'm so sorry, I asked Jordan. Well, what's the halfway point between 0 and 100? What's half of 100? Well, what's half of 10? What is half of 10? 5, right? So add that 0 behind there, what do we get? 50. So is 67 more than 50 or less than 50? More than 50, so we're going to be closer to what? 100 or 0? All right, let's see a number line. All right, and there we go. All right, so if we look at our number line, we know that 0 is way down here and 100 is over here, right? Okay, we know that 50 is right here, so 67 is going to be around here. So what's it closer to, 100 or 0? We're still asking Jordan. Say it again. It's going to be closer to what?
100.
100, right? Because it's on this side of the number line. All right, does anything change just because we're dealing with fractions? No, okay? My numbers are going to get what? Smaller because I'm dealing with fractions now. Okay, but we can still estimate and use reasonableness to see, are we even close to our number? Okay, are we even close to our answer? If I said, I went home this weekend, and y'all, I had half a Snicker bar for a snack. Are y'all going to go home and say, Mom, Dad, Mrs. Rich told us that she had 15 Snicker bars for a snack this weekend?
What? No.
No, because is that reasonable?
No.
No, it's not a reasonable answer, okay? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're looking at a paper, okay, and we want to see reasonableness, but now I'm not using giant numbers all the way up to 100. What are my numbers going to go up to? Fractions, right? Look at that first fraction. I have Eliza at checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2. What is Eliza's fraction at checkpoint 1?
1/5.
1/5. Okay? Okay, so what did my number line go up to before? 100. Do I want to go up to 100 now?
No.
If I fill in a whole fraction, what's my whole number going to be? 1. So I'm actually just going to put 1 on this side of my number line. And what am I going to start at? 0. Okay? All right. What could I split this number line into? Yes, ma'am. Fifths. Tell me why, Leah. Because the denominator is 5. Does everyone understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if I'm looking at Eliza and her checkpoint is 1/5, I'm looking at the denominator to tell me how many pieces I want my one whole to be. If I have, okay, if you were sitting in my classroom on Friday, what did we say? How many lines we were going to use to cut a line up into 5 pieces? Am I going to use 5 lines?
Yeah. No.
You weren't in my class on Friday. Yes, ma'am. How many pieces were we going to use? 4 lines. We're going to do 1 less than our denominator because guess what? This is our 5th line. Okay? So I'm going to cut this using 4 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it have to be perfect?
No.
No, we're not looking for perfection. We're just looking to see, are we close? Now, do you think that we're closer to 0 or to 1? Tell me again, Deacon.
0.
0, but use your big voice.
0.
0. Okay, so we know that we're closer to 0, but wait a minute. What about if I go to the halfway point of my line? Am I closer to 0 or to 1/2?
1/2.
Let's look at it again.
Still 0.
Still 0. Okay. I think we're still closer to 0 because there's a whole piece in piece here, and there's just one piece here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so we're actually closer over here because there's just one piece here, and there is 1.5 pieces here, right? Which one is the smaller number? One, so we're gonna be closer to 0. So we're gonna say that she is closest to 0. Does that make sense? Okay,
Can we just write the number or just?
we're just gonna put, it already has is closest to, right? Do you see on your workbook? 1/5 is closest to, what are we gonna put? 0, okay? I put a slash through my 0, why? Can anyone tell me why I would put a slash through my 0? Tell me, John.
So it's a number.
So it's a number, not a,
an O.
not an O. That tells me the difference between a number and an O. Where should your foot be? On which side of that bar, ma'am? Thank you. All right, so do we understand how we're doing this? All right, let's look at Eliza's second checkpoint. What was her second checkpoint? 4/5. Her second checkpoint was 4/5. Okay, so I want you guys to think about this as if we're doing a paper. And there are how many questions on the paper? Why would there be 5 questions on the paper? What is my denominator? 5. Okay, that's where I got that from. So the first time she did her paper, she got 1 problem right. So what's she closest to? A 0, right? Okay, so she wants to go back and try again. Does that make sense? When she goes back and she tries again, now instead of having 1/5, she was able to get all the way to 4/5, which is going to be where? Right here. Count them over. 1, 2, 3, 4/5. Okay? So now that we have 4/5, tell me what number I'm closest to. Am I closer to 0 or am I closer to 1?
1.
Yeah, everybody can tell me. What am I closest to? 1. Okay? But now let's go back and let's look. There's my halfway point. Okay? Stephen, let's do that a different time. Not what we're learning. So let's do that a different time, which means please don't be playing with that right now. Put it away. Thank you. All right. So am I closer to the middle point or am I closer to my 1?
1.
Okay, I'm hearing middle from some people.
1.
I'm hearing 1 from some people. All right, so what should we be doing? What do you think? Can we count the pieces in between? Okay. How many pieces are in between 4/5 and the halfway point? Not 4. 1 whole, right? And then this is a whole, which means that this is how much of it? Half. So this is going to be 1.5. And how many pieces are in between 4/5 and 1? This is just one piece, guys. Okay? So which one's the smaller number? 1, which means that there is less distance from 4/5 to 1 than there is from 4/5 to 1/2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Say a little bit. We're just learning this, right? So it's a little bit of sense. How are we doing? Like thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down. Thumbs middle, okay. Some thumbs up. All right, I see heads on desks, which tell me thumbs down. So I'm going to need heads to be picked up so that we can be learning. There we go. All right, so thumbs middle is good. We've only done 2 of these. Let's go on to the next one. So Eliza had 5 problems on her paper. How many problems does my next student have?
8.
So how many problems are there in the paper?
8.
8. So what do I want to do? Do I want to reset my number line?
Yeah.
Yes, I do want to reset my number line. So I'm going to go ahead and redraw my number line. Am I going to go to 15? No, what am I going to? How many papers did she do?
8.
How many papers did she do?
Oh.
1 paper, right? But how many problems were on her paper?
8. 8.
Sorry, it's not a her anymore, it's Frank, so it's a boy. How many problems are on Frank's paper? Okay, so I'm going to need the back row to tell me. Abraham, how many problems are on Frank's paper?
8.
How do you know? Look at your paper. Tell me how many Frank has as his denominator. We're looking at Frank. We're looking at his denominator. What's his denominator? 8. Okay? So because Frank has a denominator of 8, how many problems were on his paper, Abraham?
8.
There you go. Okay? All right, so we're not just listening to our friends, we're also following along and making sure that we know. All right, so if I want to draw 8 lines, or if I want to draw 8s on my paper, how many lines do I want to draw? Not 8. How many?
7.
7. I want to do one less line because this is number 8. Okay, this is how we're going to separate our problems out. So I'm going to go ahead and do one in the middle, and then one here, and then one here. How many is this so far?
3.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's what I will tell you. Those nice even numbers are nice to cut into sections because we can cut it in half and then cut those halves in half. Okay? All right, here we go. So if this is Frank's paper, the first time he did his paper, he was doing that same adding fractions that we were doing, right? How many did he get right the first time?
3.
Let's look at it. I want everybody looking at your paper. How many did Frank get right the first time? How many out of 8? 3 out of 8. So I'm going to need the back row to help me too. Back row, how many did he get right on that first paper, his first checkpoint? 3 out of 8. That's what 3/8 means, right? So he got 3 out of 8 right. So where am I going to go from here? I'm going to change this as well because we no longer have Eliza. And Eliza's second one should have been closest to 1, right? That's what we got. Okay, so now we're with Frank. And his first attempt, he got 3 out of 8 problems correct. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and this is where I am. Okay, this is 3/8. Now, is 3/8 closer to 0 or 1?
0.
I want everybody telling me because everybody's lying. 0. Good job. Now, here's a harder one. This is my halfway point. Right? That's my halfway point. Is it closer to 0 or 1/2?
1/2.
I need the whole class telling me.
1/2.
All right, Hunter. How is it closer to 0 or 1/2?
0.
Okay, we're looking at 3/8. Is it closer to 0 or 1/2?
1/2.
There we go. Okay. So Frank at 3/8 is closest to 1/2. Are we going to be satisfied with having half of our score? Okay. So we're not going to be satisfied with that. We're going to try again. What was his second checkpoint?
6/8.
6 out of 8. So he got 3 more problems right this time, didn't he? Okay. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 more. Because 3 plus 3 is what?
6.
There we go. So we have 6 out of 8. All right. Ooh. Now tell me. What am I closest to? 0 or 1? Everybody?
1.
I'm closest to 1. But am I closer to 1/2 or am I closer to 1?
It's 1.
I want you to look at this. How many pieces are between 6/8
2.
and half and 6/8 and 1?
They both have 2.
They both have 2. So we have another benchmark fraction. Okay, are you guys ready for this next benchmark fraction? My next benchmark fraction is what we call 3/4. Okay. 3/4. I want you to think about those shiny coins that we have. The big silver shiny coins. What do we call those big silver shiny coins? What are they called though? They're what? They're called what?
Quarters.
Quarters. So these two make up 1/4. Thank you. And then 2 more make up 2/4. Or if I have 2/4, how much of a dollar do I have? 50. Say half. I just said 1/2. This is supposed to be 1/4. And then 1/2. And then 3/4. And then my next benchmark is 1. So what benchmark is Frank closest to at 6/8? 3/4. Okay, so for your second one, it's closest to 3/4. So that's what you're gonna write down right here, okay?